Hello everyone, and welcome once again to another video for the channel. On this occasion I bring you a full night quest review. One of the best weapon mods. RPG style of all Minecraft. So much so that today, I could consider it one of my favorite mods. Well, this one has an incredible quality in its designs, animations, and new mechanics. That will make you, once you try it, will also become one of those mods that you will want to have in each of your worlds. But before starting, let me ask you to please subscribe and leave your like, since that will be helping me a lot to continue uploading content like this every week. And speaking of helping others, now let me help you. Well, surely on many occasions, when you find yourself playing on a server with mods, this ends up giving you more problems than expected, even taking you out at important moments. For this, I recommend you create your server with Olimpo, hosting our powerful sponsor today. On a Minecraft server, but you didn't know which one. Well, look, Olimpo hosting is one of your best options, since it will not only have excellent quality, price, but will also have an excellent customer service. Well, this one will have its own Discord, where you can ask things to the developers themselves. And if that were not enough, Olimpo hosting also counts with its own mod and plugin installation service, in case you don't know how to do it. Well, if it doesn't seem enough to you, it seems a little expensive. Well, look, using the code PORT20 you will be paying 20% less discount, so that you can play with your friends in a way much more comfortable and without losing all your money. And now yes, let's go for the video. Welcome to Night Quest for Forge, an improved version of one of the most amazing mods, from 1.19 to adding more than 30 new armors, with eye-catching designs and special abilities. Enter this new world, full of new enemies and magical weapons, that will take your experience in Minecraft to a new level. Well, the first thing we should do is get the new copper chalice. This will be the centerpiece of the entire mod. And don't worry, it will be much easier to understand what it seems. Well, in order to be able to, first you will have to fill it with essences, which we can obtain from rare objects, like the Nether Star, the Heart of the Sea, and the Totem of Immortality. Although equally, we will be able to obtain small essences when defeating new enemies, which I will show below. In this case, we will have the Gremlins, a small red creature that can appear in the Nether. The Gremlin will have the ability to increase its damage and speed if it drops below half its life, in addition to summoning small ones, spirits swirling around you that can attack you. Curiously, we can also distract him by giving him a gold ingot, thus having the opportunity to escape from him. The Rat Man will be an enemy, elusive, that will appear in caves, jungles, or deserts. This one will have 2 skills that will be used randomly when he reaches the middle of his life. The first will be shoot a shower of poisoned arrows around you, and the second will be throw a smoke bomb that will make him invisible. This, in addition to giving us essences, you can leave us your eye, ingredient for some weapon crafts. Then we will have the Ghosty, a soul in pain that will wander our world. This can appear in taiga biomes, badlands, caves, and forests. The Ghosty will be a rather fragile enemy, disappearing instantly in the sunlight, or in one fell swoop. But as long as he stays alive, all nearby enemies will be invincible. El Bad Patch will be a pesky little enemy that will appear in the Nether or jungles. And apart from that, it will be a totally normal enemy. Continuing, we will have the Eld Knight, a powerful and dangerous metal warrior that will appear in snowy biomes, taiga, and forests. From time to time, this will release a cloud of poison around it. In addition, if it goes down half of its life, their bombs will appear, which will have a life of their own, and when they explode, they will also release poison. And finish with the topic of hostile creatures, we will have the Swamp Man, a disturbing creature that will appear on beaches, rivers, jungles, and forests, and good in swamps. will not appear. No idea why he's called Swamp Man. So, this one will attack melee players with his axe. But if it reaches half its life, we'll begin to use his axe as a projectile. At least for now. These will be all the enemies of the mod. Obviously not counting the boss. Of this and the process of its invocation, we'll talk a little later. However, we will have 2 more creatures, which will be totally peaceful. First, we will have Lizzie, a kind of blue salamander, which will normally live in taigas, deserts, forests, and caves. They are peaceful and skittish creatures that people will run quickly if they are next to a player. And when they are defeated, they will leave us their scales. And finally, we will have Sawin, a new species of golem that we can create with a block of gold and a shiny pumpkin. It can be tamed by feeding it essences. And once this is done, ask him to stay still or follow us. In addition to being able to give it any type of armor to protect it. At some point you would like to change the armor. You just have to shift and right click. This is possibly one of the most polished creatures in this mod, because it will even have compatibility with others, such as Alex Caves and Cataclysm. Ars Nabo Mausi's mobs, in case you want to put any of these. Armor will also have 3 different appearances. When standing still, which will really give you a lot of personality in life. And well, now that we're done with the topic of creatures, let us return again with the copper chalice. Well, here we will put the essences, and we will collect this liquid again. With a small chalice, this object itself will allow us create each and every new armor in the mod. And from here I'm telling you that each set has a unique and special ability. So yes, I would tell you that it is worth it. Collect them all, or at least most of them. And well, since we understood perfectly how obtaining armor works, the next step will be the summoning of the new boss. For this we will require the radiant essences, which we must place inside a full chalice. Making that after a few seconds, the Netherman makes an appearance. This boss will be quite powerful, and so I recommend at least wear diamond armor. To be able to face it, we'll have 3 phases throughout the fight. The first will be its state of fire, where you can burn and generate lava lakes on the battlefield. In the second, we will have its ice state, where it can freeze us and generate ice clones that attack us. And finally, the third state, where you can teleport more frequently, generate darkness bombs around us, and give us the effect of darkness. Once this has finally been defeated, will leave us with the chaotic essence, one of the rarest ingredients in the entire mod. And well, now that we know how to get all the important items, let's get straight to the point about weapons. By now you will have realized that I haven't even mentioned the issue of weapons, so that we can get the most out of them. First, you need to defeat the boss. We will have a total of 8 new weapons, each one with its own characteristics. In addition to activating their skills, of course, specials with the following process. First, we must get a full chalice, then put within this an essence of chaos. And finally, the weapon we want to enhance. Each weapon having the different types of skills. The active and passive skill. If you already have some knowledge about games, RPG, you already know what it refers to. This, but in the event that not, the passive ability will be the one that will be activated, depending on the circumstances, while we must activate the active skill ourselves. Right-click. So I'll show you each of the new weapons. First, we will have the Paladin Sword, a fast weapon with 10 damage. We'll have a passive ability to recover life every second if you are below half life, and an active skill that will make you immortal for 5 seconds. The Koppish will be a fast 9 damage weapon, a passive ability to set enemies on fire when hitting them by 15%, and an active skill where we will return damage to enemies for 8 seconds. The Heavy Axe will be a slow weapon with 12 damage, and a passive ability that will allow us increase damage 20% against enemies that have less than half health, while his ability, active, will increase our resistance and strength for 30 seconds. The Kukri will be a short sword extremely fast and for damage. His passive ability will cause hitting quickly to some enemy with this. We will give it the freezing effect, while his active ability will increase your movement speed for 6 seconds. Then we will have the Ushikatana, a fast weapon with 8 damage, a passive ability that will give us 20% more damage if the enemy has more than 50% of health, while his active ability will make your next attack have 60% more damage and the darkness effect. The Nail Needle will be a fast 9 damage weapon, a passive ability that will allow us to make a second jump in the air, while his active ability will let us make a powerful charge forward. And finally, the Steel Sword and Axe. These will do absolutely nothing. They will only be a version, slightly better than its iron variations. And well, to finish, and that this video is crowned as the review definitive this way, it's my turn to present the 10 best armor of all 30 different sets of this mod. So please, leave your like, and I hope you've already finished your homework. The bow set will increase your speed if you have it in your hand, a weapon that launches projectiles. The Squire set will give you damage reduction against projectiles, explosions, and melee attacks. The Bat set will give you night vision at night. The Dragon set will increase your damage, as well as making you immune to Dragon's Breath. The Nether set will give you protection against fire, preventing you from getting burned. The Vacuum set will absorb the health of the opponent you hit. The Veteran set will increase your damage and resistance if you find below 50% of life. The Skeleton set will allow your arrows to pierce through enemies. The Warlord set will give resistance to all players close to you. And finally, the Straw Hat set that will give you infinite breathing underwater. As you can see, this mod involves having an adventure RPG style to a new level. Well, if it didn't convince you completely, the skills of the new armament, the design surely yes, because rarely has such great dedication been seen in this section. And what about the new mechanics? What will make your stay in Minecraft a totally new adventure? But now tell me, what did you think of this mod? Which of all the weapons and armor we saw was your favorite? You would add it to your Minecraft world? Or also, what other type of RPG style mod would you like to see in an upcoming video? I'll be reading you in the comments. And well guys, I hope you liked it, that they had fun. That's the most important thing for me. If you liked the video, I would ask you to please leave your like. You will comment what you thought of this video. What other types of videos would you like to see on the channel? And also subscribe, that is very important. Remember that the Endermen, they only steal blocks and not wallets.
¿Eso es racista?
And see you in the next video, bye.